Welcome to part 3. Part 1 and 2 will be linked down below in the description if you have not checked those messages out yet and feel called to, wish to. So let's see where we're going next. Trying to do things a little differently. Trying not to share so many cards every day, but the messages are the messages. Still honoring the messages. Now, this has to do with nothing is what it seems. This channel message, and then we know we received this card. The journey, nothing is as it seems. Being true to yourself. This is the main message. And I'm being called to share it right away, and then we're going to expand off that and to see why. Now, this has to do with B. Remember, we keep channeling B. But remember, we're a human being, and we came here to be, not to do. And we know we may have to do in order to be, but we're not being tricked anymore. We're not doing in order to be. We just came here to be, and we came here to be us. We're a human being, not a human doing. We're not being tricked anymore to think that we have to do to be us, or that we have to do to be loved. And there's a healing here, and this is a very deep space and place. This is very deep, and for those of you that are going through this, you know what we're talking about. So the journey, nothing is what it seems. Let's see how this goes. You know, I never know how these things go. Okay. Being true to yourself. There's a canoe floating calmly on the water. I did not know this is a canoe. Guys, I don't study. I don't read. I don't do anything. It's a miracle I meet here with you guys. And this is also how I believe even further in the divine, in the confidence in my magic, in myself. Because I just don't have time. Now, that could be an excuse. That could be looked at as an excuse, as an old program running in my mind right now. If I really want to study bad enough, I will make the time. I will do it in the present moment. And we're in a program. But literally, it's a miracle I make it here, and I watch all this come together, and I'm like, thank goodness the divine had her back. And this is beautiful. It's just like to be channeling this message, then to have scribed information, then to receive this card, and then to talk about the facts we're all talking about. We're in our own unique energy ships, but we're all in the same water. That's right here. Just like these other, you know, just like receiving this message. When we received this message last time we met up, we shared this message. And just like when we received, you know, we shared this message the time before that. And all these messages were connected. And twin energies, reconciliatory union, which that's the time we're in. This is the time we're creating. That's why we're creating this bridge. But remember, we're being challenged to expand from the mind of duality to the singular mind of the heart, and to not focus on this bridge being built without, but to focus on our expansion within. And we're expanding with the cup. We're expanding with the cup. Let me just get the cup. Ooh. We're expanding with the cup. We're expanding with us. And we're having a completion and an embodiment with the crown. And that's connected to this bridge that we're not focusing on building. We're just focusing on expanding our heart through the heart right now. Okay? And that's connected to this. Sky bridge. The land between, possibility for union. But we're building this bridge from within to without by expanding our heart, by expanding our soul with our spirit. Because we're not worried on what our counterpart is doing without. Because why? They're us. Our twin is us. So we don't have to do anything to be with them, but be us. And find out what that means. We have to heal from our patterns of the past that are not allowing us to be us, that are not allowing us to be authentically us. And this has to do with a deeper level of co-creation and expanding and elevating our 10 of Cups even higher, even better than we imagined it. Because why we imagined it? This isn't the heart. And then grounding it and what we're building through the earth with the 10 of Pentacles. And it has to do with 9 of Cups, wish fulfillment, and going with the flow of life. Being able to turn our sadness into happiness as we cut ourselves free of the past. And that's what's building the bridge. We talked about this. The 5 of Cups is our connection to building this bridge and using our sorrows, using our pain, using the negative as fuel, as energy to build this bridge. It's whole. This bridge is whole. And it's part of us. We're doing this from within to without. And it's restoring prosperity and pleasure. There's a restoration to pleasure here because we know we're healing and restoring the 6 of Cups. We've been talking about this. This has to do with laser focusing on healing our endocrine system, laser focus on our kidneys, adrenal glands to restore pleasure. And it's connected to our prosperity. We're not going to get deep into this message because we've been talking about this for some time. So the 9 of Cups is here. Guys, we have the 9 of Cups so many times. Like the 9 of Cups is all over the table in all different cards. This is definitely the 9 of Cups. Like the 9 of Cups is everywhere. Let's get back to sharing this message that so we're on a canoe in this pink lotus. Emerging from the center of the lotus is a man with a ladybug on his throat chakra and a wolf seated in front. A white goose rests on the man's head, its wings spread wide open. Above his head, the planet Uranus is being cradled by green leaves. Behind the boat is a large sun-like stargate. Behind this stargate is a honeycomb grid separating one dimension from another. 2 large honeybees settle on the grid and form a delicate linear triangle with the man. A small rock emerges from the water, and on it is a small starfish. We're between dimensions. So that's how we started off in part 1. We're between dimensions. Look at that. We're traversing between dimensions. And I just noticed right now, look at the 2 bees. Look at the 2 bees connecting